Hi, and welcome to Carolina Women. We are here today at Hilton Head Capital Partners with our friends. It's so good to see you, Bruce Wood. He's actually co-hosting. Debbie Boshaw, thank you so much for joining us today, too. Bruce and I have been chatting for a month about having you visit us today and talk about estate planning. And I would love for a moment for you to sort of chat a little bit about Deb, because you guys have worked together, become really good friends, and he sings your praises. So welcome today to Carolina Women.
Okay, short and sweet. I have, being a boutique portfolio management firm, I'm always looking for boutique operations or specialists or professionals. In any event, one of my clients, I asked her to bring in her will and trust, and I read it, and I'm old, so I've seen a lot of them.
Right.
And coming from
You're
Richmond,
seasoned and you're mature, wise.
And coming from Richmond, I was blessed to work with some fabulous attorneys in all different fields. But I saw hers, and I read it, and I said, this person knows how to write a will and a trust.
Oh, wow.
They shouldn't be, in my opinion, for my clients, 100 pages long. They don't need to be, okay? So what happened is that I asked her who she was, or the attorney, and that's how I met Deborah. And she does a fabulous job for my clients that don't need, they're not running, some steel mill.
Sure, exactly. Oh, that's amazing.
So with that, that's the introduction to Deborah, and she's wonderful.
Well, we talked a little bit before, and you're a Michigan girl.
Yes, I
2
am.
kids at Clemson.
Yeah,
So
all my money goes to Clemson.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it's
I'm bleeding orange and purple.
Well, I mean, I guess, everyone's like, yeah. Talk to me a little bit about the kind of law that you do practice, because I think for many of us, that's what I asked you when you came in. Hi, nice to meet you. What do you do? And then you explain, and then I was like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And so I think there's some misunderstanding, if you will, or just confusion.
Yeah, so estate planning is super important, not just for when you pass, but I think the more important aspect is when you are alive, you want your durable power of attorney and your healthcare powers of attorney, so that if you do become incapacitated, someone can step in and manage your assets and your health for you.
So stop right there. Yeah. So basically, durable power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney. Yeah. Tell me the difference between those two.
So the healthcare power of attorney is who's going to manage your health.
Okay.
If you can't do that yourself.
Okay.
So it could be end of life decisions. It could be your day to day if you have dementia and someone needs to make those decisions for you. So, and they don't have to be the same person. So you may have one child that is super empathetic and can, handle the day-to-day health decisions, and then someone else may want to be the financial because they're the money person.
Okay.
So, and then the durable power of attorney is who's going to handle all your assets when you are alive, but maybe again you're incapacitated, or I have clients that maybe are just, have some health issues, full mental capacity, but their children or a good friend or neighbor steps in to help them.
So I'm just curious, and I'm not even sure if this is an appropriate question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So Maria's young. She does our producing. Yeah. Okay. I've got younger kids. I've got some that are married, some that aren't. Do they need to have a durable power of attorney? In other words, for adults, young adults. So,
I think everybody should have these. I'm seeing a lot more of my clients bringing in their 18-year-old kids, because they can first execute some of these documents. They don't have any assets, they don't really need a will, or they have a bank account and we just do a payable on death on that bank account.
Okay.
So that would go right to mom or dad or whoever they want it to go to, so we don't really need a will, but maybe mom or dad is trying to talk to the insurance company or talk to the college. Some of the colleges have their own forms.
Got it.
But it allows them to say, hey, I can talk to you.
Right.
Instead of getting the child on the phone, getting the permission, because as we all know, getting children on phones is not always easy.
And I'm a psychologist, so I have a lot of young adults. Yeah. And when it comes to consent, who I can talk to, who they can talk to, if they are having issues and they want to do this or that, I never really thought about having a legal piece of paper that said, yes, in
Yeah.
case of an emergency.
So I think it's great for some of the younger, especially when mom and dad are still helping out.
Sure.
And then for some of the mid-range clients or middle, like 30 to
Yeah,
50.
like my older daughter, middle daughter, has got 2 kids.
Yeah.
I don't think they have anything yet. I think
Yeah.
they just assume that if something happened, they would be.
So in South Carolina, if you pass without a will and you have children, half of your assets go to your spouse and half go to the children.
Okay.
Which a lot of people I don't think realize. I think we think it would all go to spouse.
I would.
Yeah. Now, if it's jointly titled, it's going to go to spouse anyways. But
Okay.
if you're one of the, the couples that each have their own finances,
Got it.
then, that's an important factor to consider because we maybe don't want it all to go to the children. And then if it goes to the children, they're under 18, we're going to have to get the court to appoint a conservator. So now we have, attorney fees,
Yep.
yearly reporting to the court, which isn't a horrible thing. It's a good thing, but
it's a process.
it's a process.
So, you were right. She's amazing. And we're lucky because we're going to stay with us, because we're going to do a follow-up segment here for our last segment of Carolina Women today. So we'll be right back and we will hear more from you about estate planning.
Thank you.
Stay with us.